Hey guys, today I'm going to be reacting to Food Theory Taco Bell is killing Amazon. I have no idea what this is going to be about, but I'll probably talk about it on Amazon. Personally, I think Amazon's profiting off this pandemic. Conspiracy theory!
Hey, I heard you reduced your drive-through wait times?
That we did, sir, by more than 15 seconds.
Whoa, how'd you pull that one off?
I can't tell you that, but what I can tell you is that we fulfilled your order 5 seconds ago.
No way!
What? How? All the brands in front are food brands. You can see film and game characters in the back.
Hello, Internet! Welcome to
The
Food
Food
Theory.
Theory.
Yo quiero notification bell. Not to go all grandpa pat on you theorists, but boy howdy has fast food changed. Why, back in my day, going to a fast food restaurant meant playing in a bacteria-infested ball pit for a while. Then you would eat your food without bothering to wash your hands. And then we would psychologically forge a lifelong brand loyalty to the restaurant by playing with whatever toy they shoved into our meal. And we were not only liking it, we were loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Now, of course, these days, a trip to the fast food restaurant plays out a wee bit differently. Heck, they probably won't even let you eat in the dining room, let alone jump in a ball pit. Point is, there's been a huge shift towards a more contactless fast food experience over the past year due to COVID, and it's turned everything on its head. For instance, McDonald's is now doing 90% of its US sales at the drive-thru window. 90%! And digital orders, that is orders placed through the restaurant's app or through third-party apps like Uber Eats, are spiking as well. Take Chipotle, whose Q2 digital sales grew 216% year over year. And Yum Brands, the parent company of
DoorDash, Amazon,
reports that every
uncreated this
single
virus.
Brands has had a record-setting year when it comes to digital orders. As you might expect, quick service restaurants, or QSRs as the industry calls them, have taken note and are making changes to give their customers the contactless experience that they desire. Drive-thru efficiency has been a major area of focus, and restaurants are pulling out all the stops to shorten the wait times for their drive-thru customers. Many QSRs are reducing the number of items offered on the menu, or are even turning to digital menu boards that collect data on customer behavior and then use it to predict what you're gonna order. No joke. And those are just a couple of examples of small changes that are being implemented. Many QSRs are investing in permanent structural alterations to their buildings. Fast casual restaurants like Chipotle are scrambling to add drive-thru lanes, and quick-serve restaurants that already have drive-thrus are expanding them. McDonald's is turning many of its single-lane drive-thrus into two-lane drive-thrus as we speak. Same with KFC, whose next-generation prototype features a second separate drive-thru lane for mobile pickups only. But it's Taco Bell, of all restaurants, that's really pulling off the Galaxy Brain move.
Well, I don't eat Taco Bell,
they're opening Taco Bell Go Mobile locations, which do away with the dining room altogether, resulting in a building that's 47% smaller than a traditional Taco Bell restaurant. But while that's certainly a new concept for Taco Bell, drive-thru only places have always been around. What's the big deal? No, what I really want to discuss in today's episode is the first of its kind of restaurant Taco Bell hopes to build in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. The franchisee, who submitted building plans to the city earlier this month, claims that this experimental Taco Bell location will be, quote, so different that it has never been constructed anywhere before. And honestly, I can't bring myself to disagree. Theorists, look at this thing. There's no dining room. There are designated curbside pickup spots for mobile orders, and it has count them, four drive-through lanes. One lane on the end to accommodate oversized vehicles, and 3 lanes passing directly beneath where the kitchen is, located up on the second floor. Orders get lowered down to the customers on dumb waiters.
Wow, this sounds really
drive-through bank, and I was kind of hoping that the orders might get fulfilled via pneumatic tube, but I guess dumb waiters are cool too. I mean, you can't help but admire just how hard Taco Bell went with this building. Oh, drive-through orders are up, boom, 4 lanes. People aren't dining in as much, boom, no more dining room. Customers want a contactless experience, boom, we will serve you with dumb waiters like we're lowering bread to the unwashed masses below. So this is honestly a bold move on Taco Bell's part, especially when you consider that I've never been to a Taco Bell and seen more than 2 cars in line. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Nachos Bel Grande as much as the next guy, but
I'm not the next guy.
4 lanes, that is mighty presumptuous of you, Taco Bell. I don't know what's going on up there in Minnesota, but I wouldn't be surprised if toilet sales and plumbing services also needed to expand in recent years. You get what I'm saying? You get it? Taco Bell causes you to poop. Or is Taco Bell playing some other game here? You see, well, it's easy to dismiss this as just some experimental headline-grabbing restaurant concept that will away the dinosaur once the pandemic ends and everything goes back back to normal, I'm here to tell you that Taco Bell is playing a much bigger game here. This isn't just about loading your bowels with the remnants of a cheesy gordita crunch slightly faster. There's something else afoot. Taco Bell, via this restaurant, is looking to not only change fast food with this design, they're looking to change everything about the way we shop. And it pains me to say this because I really wanted my son to have that same bacteria-infested ball pit experience I had as a child, but the fact of the matter is this: there's a storm a-brewing, my friends, a perfect storm in which public health, economics, and technology simultaneously converge to reshape multiple industries at the same time. And it's
Our
Taco
entire
Bell,
lives
of
are
all
being
places, is
reshaped
on the cutting edge.
as we
Buckle up,
speak.
nerds, because when
Everything-
it comes to the future of food, Taco Bell's
Wait, you wanna go back to sleep?
four-lane drive-through monstrosity is only a taste of what's in the forecast. So let's take a closer look at the
Well,
three
apparently
factors
taste
that are
of it's gonna be a
contributing
thing,
to this
so-
perfect storm. First
yeah.
up, fast food isn't ever going back to normal because the restaurants don't want things to go back to normal. Think about it this way: a customer who orders a burger in the drive-through is more valuable to the restaurant than a customer who sticks around and enjoys their hamburger in the dining room. It costs money to clean the dining area each day. It costs money to lease that extra square footage each month. The
Yeah.
dining room needs air conditioning and lighting and decor. It is a money pit. But none of those costs apply to a drive-through customer who leaves with their food without ever stepping foot inside.
Yeah.
So drive-through and takeout customers are great to have, but getting them is
Yeah.
the tricky part, or at least it was the tricky
Yeah,
part.
well, wait, why was it
until
tricky?
last year. With contactless dining experiences in such high demand, fast food customers and the restaurants now find themselves in a curious position. They both want the exact same thing: less dining in and more
Yeah.
takeout and drive-through. So as we watch quick service restaurants bend over
Yeah,
backwards
don't-
to provide more and more drive-through
Yeah,
lanes, we
like-
need to keep in mind that this
like
is as
Sonic,
much about giving the
or-
customer what they want as it is about enticing customers to drive
or Little
through,
Caesars.
even long
I love
after the
Sonic.
pandemic
Their
fades
slushies
away.
are the
Now,
best.
the second factor that's contributing to the storm: technology. Third-party delivery apps are booming, which is allowing ghost kitchens to thrive. Now, we've already tackled this topic in a recent video, so definitely go watch our Mr. Beast Burger Ghost Kitchen episode if you haven't already. But here's the skinny on the spooky ghost kitchens. If a restaurant has a staff and commercial kitchen that's being underutilized, they can become a ghost kitchen and prepare menu items for other restaurants on the down low. The ghost kitchen gets a cut for preparing the meal, and the customer gets the delicious, professionally cooked meal they wanted, even if it's coming from a restaurant
Yeah.
that they might not have expected. Now, the rise of
Yeah.
ghost kitchens is great news for this
Like-
wacky new
like my
Taco
wings.
Bell restaurant,
Wings from this
because they
ghost
couldn't
kitchen might
possibly
be
have a
from
more
Taco
ideal
Bell.
building for this kind of setup. After all, it's designed to fulfill drive-through and curbside pickup orders as efficiently as possible, making it the dream scenario for food delivery drivers. And by becoming a ghost kitchen, or even by sharing their kitchen space with another restaurant, the Brooklyn Park Taco Bell location could mitigate a lot of its risk. Think about it
Yeah.
like this: Taco Bell's lowest performing time of day is breakfast. To hedge against this, they could team up with a restaurant that does perform well in the morning, like Starbucks or Krispy Kreme. That way, their second-story
Never
kitchen
heard
and
of Krispy
four
Kreme.
drive-through lanes are humming along at full capacity morning, noon, and night. And it's
Yeah.
more important than ever for QSRs to operate at max capacity.
What
Because
does
it's
QSR stand
estimated
for
that by
again?
2022, 70% of all delivery orders will be placed through third-party apps like Uber Eats and Postmates. And this is a bit of a double-edged sword. True, third-party apps bring more customers to the restaurant, but it can come at a steep cost. For example, last year, restaurant consultant Giuseppe Badalamenti posted to Facebook
Yeah.
a Grubhub receipt from an anonymous restaurant he works with. After fees and commissions, that restaurant's $1,042 in sales became just $376. Not even enough to cover the cost of the food, according to Badalamenti. Granted, restaurants don't have to sign up with third-party delivery apps, but if 70% of customers are ordering through the apps, that's a little like saying, well, the restaurant doesn't have to stay in business either. Now, some cities have stepped in with regulations that limit third-party delivery app fees, typically around 15% or so. But there are plenty of areas out there with no such regulations, and restaurants don't have the clout
Do
to
I have those
negotiate better
regulations?
terms with the delivery apps in the midst of a
There's
pandemic.
2 miles
like
in
this.
Tennessee.
Which brings
Yeah,
us to the
kind of
third
scary.
factor in this perfect storm that's going to permanently change fast food for good. Restaurants need a way to stand up to the delivery apps, and joining forces is maybe the best way to do it. Now, possibly my favorite thing about Taco Bell's Brooklyn Park
make your own
concept,
deliveries.
aside from the fact that
So I
it
don't have to
seems to
order
have,
up, get
like,
an app
parking
to
for
get delivery.
10,000 bicycles out front, is how easily the building
And so I
can
can pay in
scale.
cash.
Need to add more kitchen space because you've partnered up with a ton of other restaurants and now your shared kitchen is basically a huge drive-through food court? No sweat, just extend your kitchen space a bit further. Oh, and guess what? That creates more space for yet another drive-through lane underneath, which will accommodate the influx of new orders. And if enough restaurants start delivering out of one
A-
location, then delivery
a
costs should
McDonald's
be driven way down. Not
McDonald's,
only will
Taco
all the
Bell,
restaurants sharing the
no,
kitchens be able to
Subway,
collectively negotiate
and
better
Your
terms
Pie
with the app, but
combined.
theoretically, the delivery
Anything
driver
I
will be able to
want,
pick up multiple orders
when I
on
want.
one trip through the same drive-through. Suddenly, rather than 5 drivers making 5 deliveries from 5 different restaurants, now a single driver
Yeah.
can pick up all 5 orders at once at the same drive-through window. Plus,
Yeah.
if this drive-through food court grows large enough, they might be able to start their own delivery app, or even
Yeah.
reject third-party delivery apps altogether. So
Yeah.
Taco Bell was definitely thinking outside the bun with their Brooklyn Park restaurant concept, and ultimately I believe
All
their
restaurants
over
is
the top,
to delivery.
or should I say under the bottom drive-through concept will catch on in
Bad
one
joke,
way or
my bad.
another. After all,
Bad
who
joke.
doesn't love efficiency? Other commercial
I like
businesses
efficiency.
could just as easily put this concept to good use as well. Because at the end of the day, Taco Bell's designed a contactless distribution center capable of accommodating personal
Yeah.
vehicles. And that is a huge deal because it's not just fast food customers who want efficient contactless options. All sorts of customers want those things. That's why grocery stores, home improvement centers, and the likes of Amazon have been dumping outrageous sums of money into solving the logistical nightmare that's called last mile delivery. Last mile delivery refers to the final step
Yeah.
of the delivery process, when the product travels from the warehouse to its final destination, usually the customer's house or a retail store's shelf. Say, for instance, you make the wise decision to purchase a FuryWear zip hoodie. Congratulations on your life decisions, by the way. You're going to look great. with it.
Yeah,
Now,
definitely
after the
ordering
hoodie gets
that.
manufactured, it begins a long journey to a distribution
Is there a
center.
Food
Despite
Fairy
the
one?
fact that it's traveling so far, this part of the trip is pretty inexpensive because that hoodie can be shipped in bulk with thousands of other hoodies, as well as other incredible FuryWear products, which surprisingly would all look great in your home, come to think of it. But when your hoodie reaches the distribution center,
Yeah,
that's when
you
things
totally
get tricky, not to mention
overplanned that.
expensive, because those 1,000 FuryWear products must now go their separate ways to get delivered to 1,000 different Furists in the area. Multiple trucks and schedules and routes have to be coordinated, which is why a whopping 53% of shipping costs go to this so-called last mile, even though it represents a mere fraction of the total distance that hoodie had to travel overall.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, drive-through sidestep last mile delivery entirely. Drive-through customers straight up drive themselves to the restaurant, aka the distribution
What?
center, using
Damn,
their
well,
own vehicle.
Tippy.
Oh. Look, we'll have to finish recording this later.